Ruto must go. That is our position. And those of us in Azimio who have chosen to join this government, because now, even if they were trying to hide it, they have come out. We have seen them make very bold statements. Some are saying, oh, Ruto is not that bad now that he has given us a very good position in his government. And they are saying they are not going to fight this government because they are now part of this government. We are saying, or we stand here before you, that we are not party to that. We will not join the Ruto government, and we will stand with the people and remain the people's loyal opposition. That is our position that we have taken. We wish Mzee very well as he goes to Addis Ababa, because we can see him building the momentum and gaining ground. He's been to several countries and the support is growing. So we see him succeeding and we wish him to succeed. But as he goes forward, we must, and we are going to tell Kenyans within this week as we hold our Azimio Council meeting, that part of us who are going into government will be released to join government. And we will remain under the leadership of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka as Azimio to fight for the people of Kenya. Why we must do that is because in any democracy, there must be the issue of accountability. Without a strong opposition, you will create a dictatorship. And that is what William Ruto is. He's not a Democrat. That's why he's cannibalizing the opposition. And that is why he's creating a tyranny of numbers. Once he has those numbers, you can see him again back on the rooftops, making more and more promises, more and more lies are being told. But also, he is now threatening to bring back the finance bill. He has made it clear that new taxes are coming back. So fellow Kenyans, we must not let our guard down. We are not going to let our guard down. And we are asking the Gen Zs not to give up. We know that they are very, very disillusioned by what has happened. But it is no longer a Gen Z matter. In fact, we want to encourage the Gen Z to have a new approach, that we are now a Gen Zote approach, an all hands on deck approach, so that all Kenyans come together to stop the taxes that are coming. Because with the numbers that have been gained now by the broad-based Nusumukate government, these taxes will go through Parliament because Parliament has been state captured. This is what we want to say we will not be party to. And we are also very grateful to our judiciary, because with a captured Parliament, with the tyranny of numbers that they now have, with the new taxes that are coming, the judiciary is the last line of defense. Just last week, they had passed an amendment to increase the road maintenance levy, increasing fuel from 18 shillings to 25 shillings. The court stopped that. We have electricity tariffs going up. So we want to pray for our judiciary even today as we pray for Kenya, that the only remaining arm of government, the judiciary, that is our last line of defense, should not also be captured by the state as Parliament has been captured. And for us as Azimio, we will stand with the people, and we are here today in Mount Kenya to tell the people of Mount Kenya we want to work together. And we want to thank the leadership of Mount Kenya, the Honorable Kioni here, Babaya, and all leaders from this region who are now saying they will stand with the rest of us to bring change in our country.
Now, it is not in doubt as to where we are going, because our leader of Azimio is with us here, and we will be with him. He has been with us in many places, and we will continue going, kwa sababu siasa ni safari aina hiyo. Mwingine akiamua kwenda namna hii ameenda. Like now I can clearly say that Raila ameamua kwenda EU, na huko tumemutakia baraka, na sisi hatuendi EU, sisi tunapaki dunia hii ya Kenya, na kuna shida hapa Kenya, na ile tuko naye hapa ni lazima tuungane na Wakenya tuhakikisha kwamba Kenya imeenda sababu. And it is important to also say that when you talk about my party leader Uhuru USA Kenyatta, his mind is also clear. Aliambia watu wa dunia hii hasa hapa Mount Kenya, musiungane, musiende kwa UDA, kuna shida. Sasa hawezi kuwa yeye ndio anaambia mtu mwingine asiende waungane naye kwa serikali. You just need to add 1 + 1. There's no way he will be those double speaks are not good for leadership. They are in UDA and we are not there. Uhuru has not instructed any of us to go and join a government that is unconstitutional. 1, 2, serikali ambayo yeye mwenyewe majonzi yake ni kwamba watoto waliuawa kiholera holera, wengine hawajulikani walipo. Abductions are still there. You can see the cost of living still skyrocketing. His concern is why have the Kenyans been abandoned, and it is not how can you join a sinking ship, in fact a sunk ship. So nafikiri ni vizuri kujua tuseme hivyo tu, na tuseme ya kwamba we have no doubt in our minds that Kenyans have also decided that they are not going to do anything with this disaster, and they are only waiting for the day when that opportunity to kick them out is availed, either through the constitution or otherwise. Now when that happens, we will be with them to ensure that this disaster is gone, and it is gone for good. Kwa hivyo kama vile mkubwa wetu amesema ni kwamba tuko Embu leo na ni kulala tu, tulala hapa kwa sababu he had come to attend a private function. We are going for a church function at Kagio, Kirinyaga, where I'm sure we will be able to say many more. And we ask you, just like you cover William and Ligiji in church, you should also cover us in church. If you don't cover us, don't cover them. Don't even waste us. Ni vizuri katiba inasema you must be able to allocate equal time to the government and the opposition, and this is the opposition. Kama unaenda kutafuta ingine pale ingine, wewe unaweza kuwa pia uko na shida ya kusurura, I know, and we are going to form government, and I can tell you 2029 kuna wengine watakuja bado kutunga, you know. Yeah, we will do form government by 2027. Na wale ambao wanapiga safari wanaunga wengine mkono 2029, we will also receive them that time. Asante sana. Asubuhi mchana tunaenda Kagio, kiongozi wetu wa Azimio ako hapa, wale wengine wameenda kwa serikali, sisi hatujaenda kwa serikali. Opposition is here, so I don't understand what we need to clarify. Siasa iko namna hiyo na ni wazi na jia hiyo, na nilikuwa nasema na Kikuyu kwa hiyo.
We know that these people are desperate. They cannot wait to raid the people's pockets again. We know they want to introduce road tolls.
Yes.
Well, I want to tell Ruto and his people, if you want to bring road tolls again, please go build your own house, your own roads, not the ones that Kibaki and Uhuru built. And then you can introduce the tolling. For example, the Thika superhighway. Kibaki and us gave the people of this region ability to get to their farms and to their respective places. If you introduce a road toll on Thika superhighway, what are you trying to do? You are raiding further the people's pockets. So tutapinga hiyo kabisa. Hatutakubali. And again, wakileta hiyo through parliament, call them out, call members of parliament out. I met the area member of parliament where we are. He had done well, he voted no. But when Ruto came here, he said, oh, I apologize. You don't do that. And I met him out, he's a chair of young leaders. I wish him well, but let him remain consistent. If you take a decision, principled decision, because he was telling the Youth Congress, he received 10,000 messages on his telephone, and he had to go by them. So I wish Mheshimiwa member for Manyata strength. Now Mukunju, akae ngumu, and we will mentor them. But you cannot say one thing today and tomorrow you say another thing. And don't be afraid. Wacha siasa ya woga kabisa, and you become a leader. Times have changed. We want to congratulate the people of Embu who stood with our young generation, the Gen Zs, when they overwhelmingly came out to reject the Finance Act 2024. We tried last year with Jeremiah Kioni that time and our other friends, and we fell short. But the Gen Z said, stay behind. And they brought an amazing change in our country. The Finance Act 2024, the terrible act legislation, is a result of a parliament that has been captured by the executive. The young people said no. In fact, they breached parliament because they went to serve a petition on their legislators. But the police, instead of allowing them to serve the petition, decided to kill them. Some of them were shot dead outside houses of parliament. And we went to see them when some of them were lying in the mortuary. People took the power. Under Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution, the sovereignty of the Kenyan Republic is vested in the people themselves. And the people can choose to exercise it either directly or through their elected representatives. So what the Gen Zs did was when they realized that the elected representatives who should carry their mandate or whatever, act on their behalf, when they realized they've been state captured by the executive, they decided to go directly. So as far as some of us are concerned in terms of legal jurisprudence, people took the power. And no matter what may have happened thereafter, formation of the so-called government, broad-based government, which has not taken into account the concerns of the Gen Z, we think that that is an act of futility. It is a betrayal, actually a betrayal. It's like kicking the youth on their teeth na kuambia mutadu. So this is this government of so-called broad-based government is riding on the death of our children, and nobody has even dared to look behind and say what happened. So from Embu, we want to show solidarity with the people of Embu who came out and demonstrated. The right to demonstrate is guaranteed under the Constitution. Ni right. Now these are the rights that Mzee Kibaki gave, and some of us were privileged to be standing next to him when we saw allegiance to Constitution 2010. Under Constitution 2010, there are certain basic inalienable rights. You can't take them away. I think the word inalienable means you cannot take them. They are part of who we are now. Therefore, these basic rights are what the people of Embu came out to defend. Na mimi nataka tu niseme msiogope, kaeni ngumu. Munaona sasa sisi tumeamua kwamba tutakuwa wapinzani wa dhati bila kusita, kwa sababu nchi yenyewe inatarajia kwamba we stand strong. Na Wakenya, mtuamini, there's a real big trust deficit in this country. The choice is between kuokoa Zakayo na timu yake ama kuokoa Kenya. Sisi tumeamua kuokoa Kenya, na ndio naona tuko hapa leo. Na wengine wenu waliandika huko Nairobi, nataka muwajibu kutoka Embu kwa niaba yangu. Museme yule Kalonzo mlikuwa mnasema ati ame soften position. Ni yule ama ni mwingine? So we are very determined to do the best thing we know for our country. So we will walk this journey and watch as we move. Kenyans will be joining in this movement for real change. Na change ambayo itakuwa na udanganyifu tena. Siasa ya udanganyifu Kenya imefikia kikomo. Sisi tumeamua kusonga mbele na Azimio na vyama tanzu, vyama members wa Azimio, wale ambao wako willing. wale ambao wameamua kuingia kwa serikali pia wako na uhuru. In fact, I remember brothers party DAP wametoa resolution kama hiyo kwamba wanaotaka kuingia kwa serikali wako na uhuru kuingia kwa serikali, lakini sisi tumeamua tutakuwa wapinzani. Now,
maybe mheshimiwa, sijui kama umeweza,
because it's very important for a functioning democracy to have a strong, responsible opposition, and that is what this team is offering. Hata akaongea kwa lugha ya mama nikasikia kabisa. Mtu akipatikana na shida yake ataweza sema hata mimi niliongea na Uhuru jana. Kwa hivyo I don't think that's a way to go. It is very clear, and you are dealing with very responsible leaders who are determined to get rid of a culture of lies in politics in Kenya. Now, we have a history, by the way, and some of us strongly mentored by Mzee Amelala, Mwai wa Kibaki. Kenyan politics ilikuwa wewe ujiulize, kwa mfano I was vice president to Kibaki, others Ruto was vice president to Uhuru, right? Gachagua society in the vice president, deputy president wa Ruto. Which of the three can you say was truly faithful and loyal to their boss? That is a question for you, usinijibu sahi. Ambaye rais mwenyewe angelala kabisa na kujua inchi iko sawa. Vision 2030 was established. Usikii wakiongea juu ya Vision 2030 anymore. They talk about vision themselves. And this is why the Gen Zs have come up and they made it very, very clear. And we, for example, this team, we all have Gen Zs in our home states. And we know exactly what they're saying. Some of them are saying, nyinyi hamutuelewi. Hey, we have understood them. And the message is loud and clear. This country will never be the same again in terms of governance, in terms of people wanting to misuse our resources for their own selfish gain. It's serious work and the progress. Yeah, and we don't want to use archaic phrases like we shall not leave any stone unturned. No, whatever. We are serious people. We are very serious people. We are determined. And for example, please disabuse anybody who is thinking that we are softening. Softening what? First of all, we have been very clear-minded. All right? Wengine wanasema we are at a crossroads. What crossroads? We have been here before and we know where we are going. All right? So we want to tell Kenyans we are with you in your villages. Kwa shida hizi twazielewa. Gharama hiyo ngumu ya maisha. Our education sector is a mess. Complete mess. Where you have a president issuing roadside declarations. Haijulikani watoto wajua ataenda kusoma vipi kwa vyuo namna gani. Quality of education is gone down. We have a lot of work to do. And we'll do it from opposition, and we will make it clear to Kenyans what we are trying to do every step of the way.